Welcome to the Back to Warcraft pre-show. Hope you enjoy this little format here. It's time for the hottest party of the my awesome co-host on the line as well. So okay, I never did this as I said. So let's hope this all works as we intended it. It is the biggest party of the summer, as we said many times. So we had to do something special for this. Oh, all right. Invite. Does this work?
So I really hope this works now, as we never tested this. Yeah, there she is.
Hello.
I can't see. Oh, wait a second. I can't.
What? There you go. There you go. Hello. You seem to be in a great mood today.
I'm pretty well. How are you?
I am very tired. I just woke up. I just woke up 15 minutes ago. It's a little bit stressful, but you will wake me up, and then the games will wake me up. Should be fine.
Yeah, I'm getting ready, and it's winter here, so I with my hot water bag, and let's enjoy the game later.
Oh, cute. It's kind of a weird feeling. Usually around this time, we would be sitting in Shanghai in the makeup room and making jokes about everyone. How is life for you now with COVID and stuff?
I'm doing pretty well here. Like our state's kind of okay because we live in New South Wales, but Victoria's kind of in serious situation. But lucky we're not different, like we're not in same state. But here's everything's okay. The thing is, I do miss Shanghai a lot, and I do miss travel a lot. And it's our first time we haven't met each other in offline for WGL. It's pretty much like I miss you guys so much. I miss our change room, our friends, our players, our chit chat time. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be a special WGL for both of us.
Yeah, for sure. I think we got to know each other 5 years ago. I'm pretty
Pretty
sure.
much. Oh,
Yeah,
maybe
so,
not. Yeah.
yeah. So we saw each other 10, 15 times on events, something like this. Um, I don't know. It has its upsides, though. I think the preparation is a little better because we don't have to travel, especially for the Western players. This could be nice, but yeah, I miss the guys too, especially like Lawlion. Who's your best friend in the scene?
I'll say Infi and TH.
Infi and TH.
Yeah.
Okay, so we haven't seen too much from them this year. What's up with them?
Actually, they're quite active for streaming, but not as a pro gamer wise. I think they're trying to switch between player and streamer. Because pretty much for this year, they're focused on streaming more, instead of playing tournaments.
I don't
So
like
for
that.
you can see they're playing tournaments not often, but if you can access to their stream room, they're stream pretty much every day.
Yeah, but we want to see them in the tournament. I think we only saw them in the team league and in the qualifiers for WGL.
Yeah, it was kind of like a big drama went on for Team League, but yeah, fortunately everything's fine. And I just hope there's no more drama this time.
Yeah,
Because,
don't
my
remind me about this. Oh my, we were chatting on that day. It was so horrible, this stupid
yeah,
disconnect. But yeah, I think it was very stressful at the moment when the disconnect happened, right? But afterwards, they're all friends again, so there's no bad blood from
that's
all of the
right.
players.
And I hope there's no drama this time. But like the thing is, there seems like an update patch just a few days ago as we chat each other.
Yeah,
And it seems like still there's this connection problem going on nowadays. Even yesterday, I heard from some player they still have disconnect problem with the NetEase platform. So I just hope everything will fine today.
oh no, oh no, don't
But we
no.
want to get ready. We're going to get ready in case everything happens. We're going to be prepared because it's online. I think it's the first time WGL actually do
Yeah,
online for summer and winter. Yeah.
yeah. Have you been there for the first time in 2015?
Yes.
I remember
But I'm
this.
not after that time. I'm just a guest. Because that time
Ah,
I'm still based in Australia. So I just went there and visit. But I'm not like a cast and a host that time. Just,
on your own
like,
cost, you just fly there.
yeah. I went there 1 or 2 days, I remember, but not the whole day. So.
Okay. So, to people who might not know you, which is an absolute shame, can you tell us a little bit your history with Warcraft and what you usually do?
Actually, pretty much I start with Warcraft 3 for my esports career, I would say, back to like 10 or 12 years ago. I'm so sorry. I'm like still young, you know. Just
Do
forget
you
about
feel
it.
old?
Like, if anyone curious about my age, just forget about it. I'm not gonna answer this question, please.
It's on Wikipedia, I think.
Yeah, like just remember I start with my Warcraft, but basically nowadays I switched to Hearthstone as my streamer career because I currently play Warcraft that well. But I believe I'm kind of okay player before, all right, not now. So I'm
Okay.
actually doing casting for Warcraft and posting for Warcraft as well. Streaming wise, I do Hearthstone.
Okay. Because it's a lot more chill and you don't have to micro.
Just chit chat and with your mouse, you know, you don't have to very tired and micro and think of all those
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, it's so exhausting. I
Playing
understand.
Warcraft is pretty much, yeah,
Yeah, it
too
absolutely
much for
is.
me.
So, are you still super hyped for the games, or is it different now that it's just an online tournament?
Because to me, I really looking to for Warcraft. Because to me, Warcraft means really different compared to the other game. Even though I'm like full-time Hearthstone streamer, and the feeling of like casting Warcraft tournament and watch Warcraft tournament is pretty much different. Because those Warcraft players to me, pretty much I'll say we are growing up together. Because I met them when they would be both very young. I mean, yeah, you know what I'm talking. So
Yeah.
pretty much we are growing up together, even though we're reached the age of like pretty young age, but it's just a feeling where we grow up together. To me, those players not really player, but more like friend, brother, like partner style, you know, yeah. So pretty much every time when there's like offline tournament, it's just kind of like a party, a gathering for us.
Yeah.
Whoever win the tournament, we're very happy for them, and we can, you know, hang out, have a drink, have a dinner, chit chat.
Oh yeah,
But
we had good times together, that's for sure. Lolite is calling me that little dragon.
really, you want to join us?
I don't think he's on
You're gonna do
Instagram, but
anything, isn't it?
he called me on WeChat. What's he
Oh,
saying?
really?
Yeah, I
Ask him
talked to
to
him.
join us if you want.
Wait a second. What's up, bro? So what is the
Yeah.
expectation in China? We haven't seen a Chinese finalist in 1.5 years now. What's up with you guys? You suck nowadays.
To be honest, I'll say pretty much yes. Because those top Chinese players like Infi and TH, they're just focused on streaming more. I think it's just the fact that streaming can get more attention and probably more income. Very crucial, but that's the truth. And for tournament wise, I think they're not really into that like ambition for tournament nowadays. Because streamer can bring very stable viewers, income, attention. Yeah. But I do hope this time they do well. But the thing is, human nowadays, we're going to talk about this later.
Oh
Human
yes.
nowadays, everyone is saying, oh my God, what's wrong with human player? Not just the Chinese human player, but all the human player, you know?
Yeah, I know that Todd is watching right now, so he will
Yeah.
definitely agree with what you
He
say.
complained a lot to remind nowadays. Was like, oh my God, I don't know how to play with human nowadays. And I was like, yeah, you are not the only human I hear, you know, to complain about this.
Okay, so we know that TH and Infi are streaming a lot, and Fly is streaming a lot. What about 1-0?
1-0 pretty much, I think he just enjoyed the game nowadays. Because he playing so random on ladder. And even though in tournament, like you wouldn't know, you wouldn't expect what kind of strategy he gonna play. You can't like expect what hero he gonna use as first. He
Yeah.
pretty much like enjoy the game instead of the winning the game. Maybe it's another level. Like
I heard a rumor, and usually when we sit together in the makeup room, we talk a little gossip, you know? So I
what they want
heard,
here.
that he quit with his girlfriend, and since that moment, he's playing a lot more Warcraft, and he's becoming a lot better, and he's practicing a lot.
Can I ask, is it Lolaya who told you this?
No.
Oh, okay.
So it's true.
So who told you this?
Some Chinese fan, maybe.
Ah. Actually, yes. That's the truth.
Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I think girlfriend is one of the part. Another part is maybe the feeling towards Warcraft is slightly changed. But I heard nowadays he practices a lot, but secretly.
Okay, so no stream,
Some of
just
Chinese
practice.
actually, most of Chinese players before their big tournament, not only Chinese, I think Korean players do the same as well. They just practice with their friends,
Yeah.
like very best players, secretively, not on ladder, because it's open on ladder everywhere,
Yeah.
and you can see the replays everywhere. So maybe they're gonna surprise us. Who knows?
It's kind of interesting when we look at the undead players. In the Western scene, we see a lot of Crypt Lord. Everyone plays the Crypt Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But in Asia, no one really does.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think might be the reason?
I think maybe just the player style, because to me, like Western player has more creative in the play style way, but Asian player just tend to play safe.
Yeah.
They focus on winning game more, so that's why they choose to play those kind of very safe strategy and very used to those old strategy. They don't want to change because they're just familiar with how everything went to upgrader, like how to use everything. Some of the fans always saying like Asian player just lack of creativity.
Do you think that's also lazy to not try new things?
I think that's one of the reasons, but I heard they're playing like a lot. No matter on ladder, on practice game, they're playing a lot. I think that they just want to focus on one or two strategy to make it perfect, like make it to 100.
So more like happy.
Yeah, and they're like, maybe they worry to try something new in case they're gonna make some mistake and misplayed or during the tournament. That might be happen.
Okay, so we talk 1-0. Is he a favorite for you for the tournament in his current shape?
I think for this time, I'm really looking forward to see some undead player to win the tournament. Because nowadays, the patch, everyone will say undead was very, very strong race. Actually, I believe this as well, as undead player myself as well. And you're we are looking for undead.
It's a good time.
Because can you tell us more about X-Lord? Because they're in Chinese sayings. Everyone's asking about X-Lord so much because he came back for Warcraft and he did very well in the last few months. So everyone's just curious about him. Like, what's your expectation for him for this tournament?
I think it's going to be super hard to survive the group because Fly is so good against Undead and Infi as well. But he's very strong with the Crypt Lord. We see that in the German Championship. He plays it a lot and it looks almost unbeatable. You play the Crypt Lord, you get an expansion, you get 35 ghouls, and then you rush your opponent, then it's over. So that's the style, that's the idea. But X-Lord is not only fixed on the Crypt Lord, he can play a straight up normal game as well. His micro is crazy good. It's of course the question, how good can he micro with his ping on NetEase? So maybe he's playing more crazy strategies, more Crypt Lord, that it's safer to play for him because he doesn't need more micro. But X-Lord, if he's in shape and if he has good conditions, it's going to be tough for Fly and Infi.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And that's also one thing that everyone's mentioned about is the ping. Because I know Chinese and Korean player that had better ping, like Chinese player only like 10 or 20, Korean like 30 to 40. But for European players, like above 100, that's also the big reason that happy to want to join this time because online pretty much is very, very tough. I do understand this. So, as an undead player, and you have to micro crazy. So that's also one of the issues.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think the conditions got worse in the past 12 months or so. So it's more like 150 ping instead of 100. So
Australia, we have 220. So we're the best.
Yeah, you guys are fucked in Australia. You poor souls. What do you think about Foggy? Does he have a chance?
I think Elf now is pretty strong as well. Because I'm not sure how much he practiced.
Me neither.
Before, like we can talk about like a year or two ago, he was practiced crazy and he's in his best shape that time. But nowadays, I think he performed kind of like not stable. Sometimes he did very well, but sometimes just the like very weird playing style and made a lot of mistakes during the tournament. So
yeah, I agree.
Compared to before.
You know that Foggy will get married soon?
Oh really?
Yeah, he got a fiance now.
Is that the photo he posts on his Instagram with that girl?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I
Congratulations
wanna
to
get
hear.
that.
You're so
I think
gossip. How come you know everything?
I'm,
Like
I'm
everything
always
that
gossiping.
you're like this girlfriend, that fiance, like everything. You know all the drama happened, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I need to know that. I need to know that drama. I mean, I have to mention it at the cast. I got to be prepared. I got to know the insights, how a player feels.
I think everyone curious about the drama instead of talking about themselves. I do understand that.
No, 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 no. I'm very interested in the tournament, but
Oh, you don't like to.
if a player is not playing up to his best, there might be a reason. As a commentator, I need to know to explain it to my viewers.
Oh, so you're trying to investigate her. Like, why is
Exactly.
the reason that someone did very bad today? Maybe he had argued with his girlfriend or something.
Maybe, exactly. That's
Oh,
all right.
so all right, who's your favorite this time?
So, who's your favorite for the tournament? To take
Maybe
home?
I'll go for 1-0.
Really?
Yeah,
I expected you to say Moon, 100%.
because to me, if 1-0 performed his best shape, I think he would take it. First of all, he's a very talented player. Second of all, he had like all those experience, so he's not get nervous or something. And somehow
Okay.
in this patch, I think Undead against Elf is pretty strong. Even like
Okay.
if they met in the final. So I pretty go for Undead player this time. Unless
Okay.
he did some crazy stuff and eliminated in the group stage. Who knows? That might happen also.
It can always happen with 1-0,
Yeah.
right? We've seen this before. Or maybe his cat is jumping onto his keyboard in the wrong moment. We've seen that before as well.
That's right. And play with his cat, He always bring his cat for streaming. His cat just ran away. He said, "Oh, sorry, I have to off now because I need to feed my cat." It just happened all the time.
Yeah,
Maybe he
okay.
paused the game. Oh my god, my cat just ran away. Stop. I have to go and find my cat. Like, you know.
That's the insights we need to know for sure.
Yeah.
So for me, it's pretty much between 1-0, Moon and Lin. Lin seems to struggle against Night Elf a lot, but if he can somehow dodge Moon or Lolite, it could be his as well. But Moon is so dominant. He is the one to beat, I feel.
I think so as well, and especially after I watched Moon against Lawlier the last week, the tournament final, it was like
Yes.
he's just unbeatable now.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think
Like what?
Link's pretty strong as well, as long as he can like a dodge Moon.
Yeah, Lin is really good against human.
Mm-hmm.
He should be able to take out TH and Infi, who knows? Against 1-0, it's going to be 50-50, like in next. That was a crazy good final. I would love to see that again. Is there a player that could surprise us with a strong performance?
Do you think WFZ he gonna do something crazy? Because nowadays I can only think like Elf and Undead player. Because Undead is pretty strong. And WFZ is kind of very experienced player as well. And he active for so long. He had a lot of tournament experience as well. Maybe this time he's gonna surprise us. Who knows? And he beat Moon sometimes or later, and even in some small tournament as well.
I think he defeated Moon in the team league, right?
Yes, he did kind of okay in team league. I think he beat Focus in team league. Yeah, I remember he beat Focus.
He also beat TH.
That's
at
right.
Moon, I think. Yeah.
So he might be surprise us.
And the group is not too hard, I would say. Of course, there's TH, but the matchup kind of favors him. There's Foggy, but he has a high ping. And who's the other one in the group? Chemical, yeah, okay. That's a human as well. So he could do really well with that for sure.
Yeah, if like imagine he and TH qualify from the group, I think it's pretty much he and TH gonna qualify from the group. But how about human player nowadays? Because no one's like vote for human player. No one's like help for human player. It just seems like lost the way.
Yeah, they struggle so much against Undead. I think they can beat Orc, they can beat Night Elf, but against Undead it just seems impossible. And with TH and Infi, usually they were paving the way. They were defining what a human plays against a certain race, but they don't play tournaments anymore, so there's not much of this genius TH and Infi influence in the human play right now. I think that's a problem. We need the brain of TH and Infi back to help human.
everyone was in like community was saying like human player need a hero. Like just like before, like someone who's writing everything for a human player. So actually nowadays at this moment, maybe human player need to have a hero who can trying to figure out like how to play against elf, against undead, against all those in this tough time. Just see maybe TH and Infi gonna surprise us this time, but pretty hard.
Do you think they could find the motivation again to really think about the strategies and the timings and?
To be honest, if the price like worth $1 million, maybe yes.
Greedy.
But if the price
Greedy.
is like $1 million, everyone's like crazy. I'm not gonna sleep. You know, every day I just practice 724 to win this prize. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time I talked to Infi, more gossip here. He said that he wanted to have a baby. Do you know if there's progress in that regard?
Hey, gossip guy. Why you always switch topic like this?
I know. I don't know. You know everything, so that could be another reason, right? Why the tournaments are not his priority anymore. So I gotta ask.
Like, should I tell you my friend's secret? Like, how's everything?
Ooh,
why they have baby or why they don't have baby? Like, how's the progress in detail?
Yes, exactly. Please. I know how.
Actually, I know they're preparing, but there's still like some obstacle with that. And somehow nowadays, because the China just finished their like COVID-19 issue, they had some issue as well. And Infi has some problem with his family member because one of his senior family member just passed away a few months ago. So he just went back to Xi'an and settled everything, and now back to Shanghai for streaming. He took few days off for this and to settle every family issue. So maybe there are gonna be some news end of this year or something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the games are starting in about 20 minutes. Who's your favorite for today?
Well, let me see today's schedule. The first one is Alice against Sok.
Yes.
Well, it's Elf against Human though. Even though I think Sok is very strong, but Elf against Human, is that gonna be surprise you if I go for Alice?
He defeated Fortitude in the qualifier, and that looked really, really, really good. To be like, I think Sok is really good against Night Elf because he plays with Lawlight so much. It would be normal that Sok wins this, but it is possible. I think it will be closer than many people expect.
I think so as well, because nowadays, like when I observe Sok's game, he seems like out of shape.
Really?
He used to be the top human player, even Infi and TH saying this. Like he was really talented and he improved crazily last year. But nowadays he seems like lost a lot. So pretty much, I think it's gonna be like 50-50. But to me, maybe I'm more for Alice side because it's Elf. Elf nowadays against human is pretty strong.
Yeah, with a lot of archers and lots of damage that works. Is there anything you could tell us about Alice? Because I haven't seen him since like 4 or 5 years, and all of a sudden he's back and seems pretty strong.
Actually, he was active for very long, but he just not reached those like X-class players because you know there are so many good Chinese players, but everyone just know those top one, like top 4, top 5. He was active for kind of okay, but maybe just not really into tournament, really not into those like S-class level. But he was playing Warcraft like for pretty long actually. For Chinese viewers, he's not a new face, but maybe for international viewers, he's kind of like a new blood. But actually not.
Okay. So the next game is probably the best one of today. It's Lawlight versus 1-0.
That's right. It's the ex-newbie team member match.
Oh yeah, it's a family clash.
Yeah. I'll go for 1-0.
Really? Yes. I go for Lawlight. I don't know. There's something about Lawlight that I think he can win the whole tournament. He's been playing so much better recently. He's dominating human. He's playing really good against that. He would be my secret favorite for the title.
I think so as well. like because you are so close with Lolaire and you always cheer for Lolaire.
That might happen as well. I know.
Yeah, and I
But
was like, it's a time for Lolaire because he's been there for so long and he tried so hard. So
yeah, I think he's becoming really, really creative. So the new style of Night Elf versus Human is probably due to him to play with a lot of Keeper of the Grove again and with Archers again. Also versus Undead, we see a lot of Warden, and of course he's the master of the Warden, so that's good for him. He's becoming an influencer for the scene, and that's championship material. I don't know. That's just my feeling.
See your face. So admired.
yeah. Really, I see a Lolite game, and I'm just this is like a piece of art. This is like painting or something. It's really cool.
Pretty much. Okay, all right. So we have conflict for the second one.
Yeah. So then we have
never any more friends. Okay, friendship over.
It's just because we're not together in the same room.
But do you remember we always argue when we're in the makeup room? We're always looking for a different person, you know?
But sometimes we have the same good guess, and then we always say, "Oh, we knew it. We knew it," when there's a surprise or something.
Just like last Happy surprised us. You were like, "I told you, you know, you have to believe me."
Yep.
Remember?
True.
Because last time I remember I go for Moon. I was like, Moon gonna take it for sure. You were like, no, I'll go for Happy. You're gonna trust me. I'm like, no, I'm going for Moon. Because that's how you want.
And Moon got destroyed. I knew it.
Yeah, that was the best time ever. Yeah.
Third game is Lin versus Linguagua.
Oh. Is there any doubt for this one?
No.
Are you gonna go for Linguagua?
I love Linguagua. He's probably one of my favorite orc players. But
I love so many people, like Lolaire, Linguagua, everyone, see?
Yeah, I always root for the players who are not that successful, the underdogs, you know? That's who I cheer for. And Remo and I, we had this argument, who's the better talent? Is it Huck or is it Linguagua? So whenever Linguagua wins, I cheer and I'm happy, and whenever Huck wins, then it's Remo's time. So it's a little banter between us.
All right, but this time I go for Linguagua when he play against Ling.
Yeah, like it's Lin.
Dominating all the time.
Yeah, and Linguagua is not that great. Maybe I saw him play TC and Headhunter versus Orc. So maybe that's a secret strategy that he prepared that might surprise Lin. But apart from that, I think Lin is the clear favorite here.
Yeah, so what's the key for like Orc Mirror actually?
Yeah, what's going on there? I really don't know. Some players skip the barracks and play without grunts. Some players go to D3 and go Tauren. And it's not the standard anymore like it was 6 months ago. It's really hard to predict, and it comes a lot down to the items, I think.
That's right. So you're go for Linguagua or Ling this time? You have to answer me. Come on.
Okay. Lin is winning.
All right. I'll tell this to Linguagua then.
No.
I was like, I will be very, you know. Predict Ling gonna win this time. Oh my god.
So mean. You're so mean.
No, I'm gonna tell him for sure.
Okay. I will cry myself to sleep tonight.
Don't worry about it. What if he won? No one knows.
Dude, that would be the craziest. I would be so happy.
That would be so interesting if he can take the game against Ling. They're gonna mess up everything in the group. Yeah,
absolutely. Everyone expected it to be Lin versus Moon, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
But you know, everything can happen Orc Mirror though.
Yeah, that's true. If there's a matchup where everything can happen, then it's definitely Orc Mirror. What do you think about Moon versus Colorful?
Oh.
What kind of reaction is that?
Prepare for this question. You're like suddenly jump into this topic. Moon and Colorful.
Sorry.
Like, one of the Elf King and one of the Chinese Elf King. Do you know that Chinese fans call Colorful Chinese Elf King?
Really?
Yes. We actually.
Do they really think he's good?
No. For nothing. But you know, like the Elf King, the real Elf King against the Chinese Elf King, who should I go for?
hard to do for you, right? As a Chinese yourself.
No,
I,
I go for Moon for sure.
oh yeah, obviously. Me too. Me too. I
Because
don't
you
know.
know, Colorful always make like huge mistake during the big tournament, the important
Yes,
one.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly. That's
even
exactly
though
my
he
point as
performed
well.
so well on the other tournament, online one, performed so well on any other game, you know. But when it comes to very important tournament, the key moment, he always made huge mistake.
I absolutely agree. I
Yeah.
couldn't agree more with what you say. I have another big argument with Remo here. He's a big fan of Colorful, and I'm not. I'm really not. I don't really like how he plays. It's oftentimes very slow. Um, so yeah, Moon is going to destroy him. There's not going to be a chance for Colorful, and he has to face Linguagua in the lowers. That's my
Oh.
prediction.
Seems like Remo has very special taste.
Yeah,
Like
you
special
absolutely.
judgment for the player. Like every time we said to me, Remo think blah blah blah. I was like, oh really? He had
Yeah.
pretty much different thought than the others.
I don't know what it is. Maybe he just wants to be different from me, but yeah, he's a very interesting man. That's for sure.
Pretty much. But you guys always had argue
Yeah,
when
we
there's a
always
tournament.
argue.
Okay.
I mean, we're good friends, but when it's about our favorite players, we have to argue for sure.
That's pretty much like best friend, because best friend
Yeah,
always argue. They
and they
never
have to,
agree with
right?
each other for best friend.
They have to. All right. The games are starting in 30 minutes. I have to get ready for the big broadcast. What are
That's
you
right.
doing now?
I'm gonna cast with Remind his stream room as well. So watch the
Ah,
tournament together.
are you streaming in Chinese or English?
Chinese.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
Chinese must be pretty good, right? All right.
So he
So,
speaks like okay Chinese, and I try to teach him. Like he get
ah,
improved a lot.
very good. Where can people see that?
At Huya.
And Huya. All right. Is it on the front
I
page
pretty
or?
much it was all those like Douyu and Huya platform. Because there were so many like tournaments organized by Huya and by Douyu, and you're pretty much pro of everything. So
And Huya is paying better.
actually more stable to him,
Okay.
to a foreigner,
Okay.
because Douyu is more like competitive, like so many streamers and Douyu and you know.
All right. Okay. Then I have to say goodbye, and we
Yeah,
see each other tomorrow.
thank you. So today's gossip time is over. Let's start another gossip topic for tomorrow then.
Okay. Who's playing tomorrow then?
Let me
Okay.
have a look. Infi, Focus, Fly, X-Lot, WFZ, Foggy, THN Chemical.
Okay. We have to.
Tomorrow then.
We have to prepare our gossip for sure.
Maybe I'll ask Infi, say why you're gonna have a baby, why you don't have a baby, and when are you going to have a baby? And let's get this tomorrow.
And when you have a baby, will you call it Neo?
Or maybe you want to have a daughter or you want to have a son, and how many baby you want to have? Like this, you know?
Right. Snowkiss, it was a wonderful time with you. Thank you so much for spending your
Thank you
time
so
with
much.
me.
Thank you. See ya
See you tomorrow.
tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.